Hey guys, welcome back. Hope you all are doing well. This is Mohammad Badruddin back again with another lab, and today we are gonna see another case of CSRF where token is duplicated in cookie. So before going further, this little disclaimer as always for you. This video and its content are only for educational awareness purpose, and I do not support any unethical or illegal act. That's been said, let's go, and we are directly going to log in our account. So this lab is already provided our one valid credential. The username is Wiener and the password is Peter. So I'm again going to enable the burp proxy on my browser and just log in. So once we log in, we go back to our burp proxy. Under the proxy tab, we have HTTP history, and with that we have our login request. Fine. So I'm going to check out the email change functionality. So I'm gonna say wiener2 at test.west, right? Let's just update the email, and as you can see, email is updated back to the burp proxy, and this is the post request, and this is the endpoint my account / change email for changing the email. One thing to be noticed here in this request, that we have one CSRF cookie, and in the post body section we have one CSRF token, and both have the same values. Okay, both have the same values. So I want to test few things here. So for that purpose, I'm going to send this request to the repeater. Go to the repeater, and what I'm going to do is test few things, like the last character of the CSRF token is lowercase h, and I'm going to change it to small a or lowercase a. Also, we need to every time try unique email, because once the email address is assigned to someone, it's but obvious that that email address is not going to be assigned to someone else. So that's it. Send the request, and as you can see, invalid CSRF token. So I'm going to change it as it was, and I'm going to try by deleting the complete CSRF token from the post body section. Send the request again, missing CSRF token. That means CSRF token must be there. Now I can try this CSRF cookie. So I'm going to take out this CSRF cookie and try to send the request. As you can see, invalid CSRF token. So I'm gonna put it back. So that means CSRF token must be there. It must be correct, and CSRF cookie also must be there. So one thing which is which I mentioned before, that both have same values. So why not? I'm gonna put here some random value, but I'm gonna manipulate it both of the places in the CSRF token as well as CSRF cookie. So send this request, and as you can see, now we have 302 status code in the response. That means now we are redirected to this location. And if we follow the redirection, we will find here that our email address has been changed, right? So come back here, and we had Wiener2. If we refresh the page or click on my account page again, you can see our email address gets changed. So this is the point where CSRF exists. Okay, now the problem here is whatever payload we created in the HTML, this is very easy to manipulate. But for this cookie, we need to have another vulnerability in the application, which is header injection. So if we find out header injection vulnerability in the same application, we are good to go to exploit this CSRF vulnerability. So we need to find out the header injection vulnerability in the application. And for that, I'm going back here. In this page, there is only one feature which we already tested, that is changing email address. So I'm going back to the home to search out another functionality. So here we have search functionality. I'm going to search something ASDF and just search it. So once we search, back to the burp proxy, under the proxy section, this is the search request what we had. One thing to be noted that CSRF cookie is there in each and every request. So I can say the request is pretty much common, but the response is interesting. Why? Because if you see closely, you can see here in the response header, there is a header named as set cookie, and it contains our search term. Whatever we search here, it is rendered in the response header set cookie. So that means if we manipulate this, we will see the result here. And this is where header injection vulnerability comes into the picture. So I'm going to send this to the repeater to test the header injection vulnerability. So what I'm going to do here is, because we need to set the CSRF cookie, and we need it in the next line. So for this purpose, we need to put here 0D, 0A, and then we take out this set cookie, copy, and paste it here. Now instead of space, I'm gonna put here %20, and CSRF is the cookie name, and its value, let's say anything. Okay, and again we need to actually put here same site header, and its value is gonna be none. Sorry. Okay, we also need to URL encode this one. So Control C, copy that, go to the decoder, paste it here. This is the value. I'm gonna copy that back to the repeater. Instead of this, I'm gonna paste that, and let's just send this request. Now if you see the response closely, you can see after the search term, because we separate the line by entering, so we have another response header same as the previous one, set cookie, and we are setting the cookie CSRF is equal to anything, and we also set same site is equal to none. And this is where we are successfully injecting the header in the response. Fine. So let's go and we are gonna build our exploit first. So I'm going to open this page. Let's say HTML. We have body section. We need to close that tag. And within body tag, we have form. And within the form, we need to define the action and method. Okay. Then within this form, we must have input fields. So input type is equal to hidden, name is equal to something, and the value is equal to something, and we need to close this input tag, because in the post body section in the email change functionality, we have two parameters, email and CSRF. So this one is for email and this one is for CSRF. Okay. Now the value of the email is hacked at cybersec.radar. CSRF value, let's say subscribe. Okay, and after we also need to close actually the form tag here /form, and after this, what we are going to do, we are going to add here one image tag, and within the image tag we have source, and if the source does not contain the valid image, it's gonna call one on error event, and within this error event we are going to submit the form. So document dot forms, and because we have only one form, so it's gonna be 0, and submit. Fine. So we submit the form here. Now we just need to fill all these things and we are good to go. So within the action, we need this endpoint for changing the email. So copy URL and put it here. Method is gonna be the post method. We already fill up these two fields. Now within the image source section, we need to feed the header injection query, header injection URL. So copy this and paste it here. Just make sure, because the CSRF token value and the CSRF cookie value must be same. So I'm going to copy this and paste it here. Okay. Everything seems perfect. I'm just going to copy up to here. Why? Because once we go to the exploit server already contain the body section, so we do not need to have the body tags here. So within the body, whatever we have, we can copy and put it here. Now we just need to store this, and we need to deliver this exploit to the victim. And as you can see, we solved the lab. So if we come back here, okay, we solved the lab. Actually, I forgot to view the exploit so that you also have clear picture. But before you deliver the exploit to the victim, test it on your account, so you will understand that your payload is working fine. So that's it for this lab. I hope you understand it. I hope you enjoyed it. If you like the content, please like, subscribe, and share. I'm gonna see you in the next video. Bye.